Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Let's play episode 143. I'd like to get a little bit more work done on this area over here. We've let all the polluted water flow into here. How are we doing germ-wise? Germ-wise we seem fine. Let's also go ahead and say that we want some... we're going to make this igneous rock tile, I think. I don't really have plans on people walking back here very much, I think. Let's also go ahead and uproot this. Scalding. Where are you, Banny? Scalding, you say? Ooh, somebody who wasn't a plumber dealt with this, it looks like. I mean, I guess we can mop this up. It doesn't really make much of a difference right now. It's just creating atmosphere to help cool down this stuff. We'll give a mop order right here for sure. And I suppose we should be digging this out, but it's not a super high priority at the moment. Okay. Let's also go ahead and say that this should be increased to something like 1,000 grams per second. I want to get this area a little bit back under control when it comes to temperature. Right? We have our coolant flowing in at 30 degrees. Then we have a lot of 70-degree stuff in here that we kind of want to start depositing out. This is at 50 degrees. Yeah, we'd like to lower the temperature just a little bit here. So we're going to run our coolant system a little bit more. Also, you know, we're converting this all to water, so not a bad idea to have some come down this way. I think we can go ahead, in fact, and deconstruct this as well. We don't really need any more going into this area. Liquid pipe, deconstruct, give an order for that. We can have it all just flow out to here, I think is the plan. Get more water entering the system that way. Okay, and this is going to be where we have a lot of water storage, ultimately. Is there job mastery that I missed? Turner, done as a tenured scientist. Ready to begin work as... Gopher. Yeah, get your gopher stuff done. That's a pretty important job. Alright. This is all still in the range that we want it to be. That's great. I'm going to go ahead and uproot a couple more of these pinch pepper nuts. And we have our slime going. We have all of our bristles going. We have our water here, which is all still pretty hot. Yeah, and it's going to be hot for the foreseeable future, it looks like. Speaking of cool steam vents, how are we doing up here? This is fine. Dormant, sure. Okay. How are we doing with our kitchen? The secondary kitchen that we set up. Let's go ahead and copy settings from here. Pop down a couple right here. These are in carbon dioxide, so they're fine. Okay, excellent. Everything coming up roses. We kind of want to get rid of these hatches. Also just kind of want to set up an automatic hatch killing facility to wrangle up extras here, because we're at 10 out of 6. I mean, all these guys are pretty overcrowded at this point. I don't know where I want to set that up, though. But basically, the gist is that we're just going to set up a little area to drown them, and then automatically drown them. Maybe we just set up something really simple over here. Kind of close to where we have the electric grills. Sure. Or we could actually just set it up where we already have this water. We don't have a ton of water, though. Let's wrangle up these guys if we can. And then I think we're going to convert this area into just a little hatch killing facility. That way we can get some more meat, get some more eggs. Mainly the more eggs, because more eggs will mean more steel. More steel is always going to be useful because we are going to be using up a pretty good amount of steel in our oil heating build. Max, where are you at? Huh. You're taking damage here, are you? And now you're just sitting around waiting to take more damage? I mean, this area cools off really fast. It's just that because we don't have it surrounded by natural gas, because we have the CO2 around here, we're suffering some issues. Yeah, I think we'll just accept some minor scalds for now. I think the system is fine. We ultimately, well, you know what we could do? We could just add a couple temp shift plates here. Utilities, temp shift plate, just like some iron. Like right here. Could try this. See if that improves things a little bit. Can always delete them if we need to. Okay. Let's also go ahead and start reforming a lot of this area, I think. Yeah. What do I have in here? Just a bunch of garbage. Sure. Could set up another farm. Don't think I'm going to need that much food, though. Kind of have an excessive food capacity, food production capacity. I think what we really need is just more storage for the potential overflow from over here. Yeah, let's go ahead and work on that. Let's dig out basically all the way to here. Base tile, igneous rock. Let's start getting all of this replaced. Let's go ahead and cancel that. That way this doesn't release hydrogen. And I think we'll be good to go. Okay. And let's start digging out any and all of this nonsense. Getting this stuff cleared up. Should help a little bit here. Okay. So, have our kitchen up and running. New printables available. None of you have diver's lungs. We will take Mirthleaf seed. Tough decision. Okay. Let's also wrangle you. How much space do I have left in here? 4 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 3 out of 5. Okay, we have room. While we're at it, did you escape? What are you doing? Where are you? Oh my goodness. He's apparently right here. Okay. Wrangle this guy. Um, 32 duplicants. Do I have enough beds? We might need a little bit more. We might need to start reworking some of the stuff to accommodate some more people. Contents none. Alright. Let's also say that we want to toss in, I don't know. Pepper bread and barbecue. Preserve those down here. Give that a shot. Job mastery. Pretty sure someone mastered a job, right? Marie, done as a courier. think we're sending you on to... Oh, well, let's do groundskeeper first. Get more plumbers. Close this out. Okay. Digging out this, digging out here. How is this coming along? Pipe blocked. So this did not solve the issue, eh? This flows out to here. Maybe the confusion is this thing over here. It actually does seem a little bit confusing. So let's go ahead and deconstruct this then. With priority high. Okay, here are a bunch of Drecos. There we go. That worked out great. And while we're at it, I think we can hook up the rest of these, right? Are these running? Insufficient resources, natural gas. Okay, so some more natural gas will start getting over there. Eventually. Let's also go ahead and... Yeah, this is just a whole awkward pipe system. This storage system. This is why you don't want to run your pipes like this. If we hook this up, would that help? Ventilation, gas pipe, igneous rock. Let's say we hooked up things like so. And then also while we're at it said deconstruct, deconstruct, deconstruct. We'll see if this improves the flow a little bit. Ultimately, this whole thing is going to have to be changed to be a little bit more efficient. Okay, this stuff is all running again. That's great news. What do we have? Okay, so this is heating up. This is at 73. We still have a decent amount of water here, so I'm going to go ahead and say that this can raise to 65. We ultimately want to get this up to like 115, right, to get full efficiency out of our system. Scalding. Yeah, we haven't installed the temp shift plate yet, so I don't know if it actually changes anything. But we can see during this release it peaks. Because there's not a lot of natural gas around it. There's a lot of CO2 here that's getting heated up. Cools off fairly quickly. So I think we just need a little bit of temp shift here to maybe improve what's going on. This thermal aqua tuner is around 100 degrees. It's fine. We're pumping out at 90. Okay, so we are in a little bit of danger of the system going dry. I don't really want that to happen. So maybe we adjust things a little bit. Lyra done as a mechatronics engineer. Ready to begin work as, I guess, a farmhand. That's a bit of a step down career-wise, but get everybody cross-trained. Okay. We're actually going to go ahead and say activate if at 60, just to get a little bit more water into the system. Don't really want this going dry. That can cause some issues pretty quickly. Okay. One of the other things we're going to need to do is, let's go ahead and deconstruct this oil refinery. We are going to run a crude oil line all the way up to our retrofitted rocket silo. So plumbing, liquid pipe, igneous rock is fine. I'm going to just build out, I guess we'll take a pipe here. Build out to here. Whoops. Cancel that. Plumbing, liquid pipe, igneous rock. And then we are going to run it up all the way think we're just going to run it along this line, because I might want to use this for more polluted water. We're not going to cannibalize that line. And we'll run it all the way up to here. And then I think we're going to end up just putting it right here. Right? We'll just run it up to here for now. And let's also go back through and create our liquid bridges, which can also be made out of igneous rock. We're not terribly concerned about the temperature here because it's next to a cold, polluted water line. So I think we'll be fine on that front. Let's create our crossovers. There's another one down here somewhere. Yep. And then rotate. Boom. And boom. Okay. So yeah, we're going to run a crude oil line up there so that way we can heat up the oil. Ultimately, we're going to want to take all of our crude oil and boil it into petroleum, and then boil that into natural gas, or basically boil that into sour gas, then condense that back down into methane, and then let the methane evaporate into natural gas. And that'll supply our sort of natural gas shortages in the long run. But for now, I think we're just going to leave things like so. How are we doing water-wise? We have condensed some steam. We are down another 3 degrees or so. So this is making headway, but it's going to take a little bit more work, and we're going to need to have a lot of storage ready for this water. Because we're basically taking all the water that we have in storage over here, which is sitting around at like 40 degrees, and we're heating it up by about 20 degrees. And maybe we're going to try and get that to like 40 degrees that we heat it up by. And then we're going to pump it out. And we're basically going to use that to cool a lot of the system, is the plan. I could just be running some hydrogen. Like once this thing has gotten to a certain point, I could just run some hydrogen in like a loop here. So I'm gonna need hydrogen anyways. That is a thought. Basically just to improve the thermal communication between the cold water, the cold-ish water that we have down here and the rest of this, right? Condense the steam, get all the steam out of here, and then we'll be good to go. Yeah, okay. Let's also just mop up any nonsense that appears here. Okay. Is this dormant yet? It's idle. Also kind of want to study this thing while it's dormant, see how much output we're getting. We're basically just going to deconstruct the pump and replace it with a ladder so that people can get up there. Need more slime, huh? And we need to deal with this as well. Needs more slime. Well, we have stuff to dig out here, so it's just sort of a matter of people getting around to it. We can queue up some more dig requests, but I don't think they're going to do a ton. Okay. So, slowly cooling down this rocket tube. It was at around 200, now it's at 187. Basically, every couple cycles, cycle and a half, we go down about 3 degrees, roughly speaking. It's kind of good enough. This is still idle. Yeah, I kind of want to irrigate this, but I also kind of want to wait for this thing to activate again. Probably have this at 50 degrees. We have our sort of cooling loop here, which is fine. Okay. We can deal with all that. Oxygen production. We just kind of want some more slime. We'd just like a little bit more slime. Ladder. Igneous rock. Get some more slime, please. And it looks like our extra storage area is now ready. We are going to say base. Let's go ahead and let them run. Build out across here. And then say plumbing. Liquid pipe, igneous rock, hook all this stuff up, quick and dirty. Get more storage. Job mastery, it is Joshua, done as a courier. Let's go with groundskeeper. Whoops. So is this pumping now? Kinda. Yeah, I mean, this is good enough, I suppose. It's getting out here. And we have storage capacity left over. So it's really inefficient and probably slowing down our FPS a lot, but we'll deal with it. Are we getting more pumped out here? What do we have? This is activating if 90 degrees. Sure. This is 61, 62. Okay, we'll say activate if 92. Then over here we have, and we still have not gotten these built. Let's just go ahead and up the priority a little bit here. Suffer a few less burns if possible. Have we hit our hot water now? 31.7, 33, yeah, looks like we've hit our hot water. So now this is coming in at 30 degrees, and basically all of these are running. Okay, cool. 11.4, yeah, this is all increased. So now all of those are running, and we're going to start seeing some heat increase over here, which is exactly what we want to see. Okay, new printables available. None of you, ooh, lime. None of you have diver's lungs. We are an all diver's lungs base. So get out of here. Did I miss a job mastery? The eternal question. Devin, done as a plumber. Ready to begin work as architect. Sounds good. Okay. Making good progress on everything. Oh, the one other thing I wanted to start working on was a drowning facility for our hatches. Did we wrangle up? Did we get the last of these guys out of here? Okay, good. Let's go ahead then and build ourselves a little pool here. I think we're just going to squeeze out any and all of this stuff. And I'll go ahead and build granite across here as well. Just so it's going to look a little bit prettier. But basically I want to squeeze sort of all the water over a little bit. And we are going to set ourselves up a little holding area for hatches. And then basically what we're going to do is we're just going to have a set of doors that will open and close and push the water up and drown the hatches. That is the plan. And they're just going to do that like once a day. And we're just going to say wrangle any excess from here, and we'll clear out a lot of the hatches that we have lying around here, turn them into meat, which will then be turned into barbecue, and everybody will be happy with having the extra food. Right now we have about half fried mushroom, half pepper bread. I think we're going to get a little bit more barbecue. We can go really ham on anything that requires pinched pepper nut now that we have this excessively large farm over here. Like, we don't even have it running right now, and I still have 265 kilograms of pinched pepper nut. That is a lot. That is a lot. Okay. High stress, stinky. Sure. What are you stressed about, Stinky? Can you not eat good food? Is that the issue? Speaking of which, we don't have really anybody who's eating pepper bread right now. Commander Stinky can. Most other people cannot. You know what? We'll go through, and anybody who's stressed out right now, we can say, go ahead and eat. You're allowed to eat pepper bread. Anybody struggling under their burdens, have one on the house. Catalina, Banny. Yeah, Banny has good reason to be stressed. It's kind of a chicken and the egg thing. Does Banny have a death wish because she's stressed? Or does she get stressed because she has a death wish? I'm not sure. Either way, I know she's been trying to kill herself basically from the beginning. Base, liquid reservoir. We have all this powered, right? Yeah, let's go ahead, just slap down a couple more of these bad boys. Make it all nice and pretty. Yeah, pretty is what we'll call that. Okay, so this area is a lot of natural gas and it's all really cold now. So now when this thing discharges, ooh, out of power. Why are you out of power? What are you hooked up to power-wise? You're hooked up to this. Okay, there is... Okay, this should be running. Excellent. What do we got over here? 60 degrees. So now these are running. I feel like there's a pretty good amount of water in here. Temperature 92. Okay. We're going to say if this rises to 60... 65, turn on. Now that we have a little bit more going into the system. We're just trying to balance our sort of thermal load across here. And eventually we'll, once we kind of have all the cool being dumped into here and always have hot water coming back, we'll be able to just let it run without having to adjust things much at all. Yeah, insufficient resources, slime. I hear you. That's fine though. We're gonna get some more barbecue. We're gonna get a little bit more of everything, and I think we'll be good. Okay, gonna cut the episode here, and when we come back, oh, what is this? Oh, they don't have access to this area. When we come back in the next episode, we are going, I think, to focus a little bit more on building the facility that will ultimately be cooling, doing the active cooling for our rocket tube, right? Right now, we're just pumping a bunch of water in, and the idea is to cool everything off just with a big mass of relatively cold stuff, right? That's relatively successful. I mean, this is falling. But then we're going to have an active cooling system with thermal aqua tuners. I think we'll focus a little bit more on that in the next episode. That's the plan. Okay. Cutting things here. Catch you guys next time.